Well, we're here to celebrate the accomplishments of the school year, to recognize the gifts and talents that each of these children bring to their classroom. And every one of them bring a different aspect to the room. And God made them all different. If you wanted us to all be the same, I'd have exactly robots here, which would be very boring. And we appreciate the gifts and talents each of them bring to the classroom. This age group, when I approach awards, I get a little more concerned than yesterday. Yesterday was so fun. They're still so young. They don't know really what's coming, and they just celebrate together. They just it's just like, wow. But about now, as some of them were asking me questions yesterday, I realized their brains are ticking along, okay? Like they said, you didn't see anything, because we did practice yesterday. Do you think we come in here and do this without practicing? Not wise, okay? That's all I would say. But we practiced, we walked through some things, and a couple of them are going, you didn't say anything about the blue patch and the red patch and the gold patch. I said, I think you forgot something. We haven't done that since 2 years ago because it's gone. Oh. So we're not all getting a white envelope with a certificate in it? I said, no, you're not. And it was like, oh, my world may have just fallen apart. So that reminded me I need to remind everybody, okay? Not everybody is walking out with a thing in their hand. But everybody is walking out with a gift and a talent that God gave them for this classroom, for this school, for this time. And that is what we're going to celebrate. We're not giving everybody something, but we're giving everybody themselves, okay, and their gifts and talents. And it's time, unfortunately, in our world, that they learn. Not everybody gets the trophy, not everybody gets the thing, but everybody can be part of it. And what I appreciate is when, I give these teachers a pretty tough job. They got to pick one or two out of every class. And in every class, there's more than one or two that are close. And my word to them is, who needs it this year? Because if it's 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, one of them might have gotten it last year, it's okay, because my rule of thumb is if they really were close and didn't get it, they'll celebrate with the one that did. But if they're going home to you going, I don't know why she got that, she didn't deserve it, neither did yours. Okay? I just seal the deal right there, and you've got an opportunity to open the door and say, I think we need to have a talk about humility and being humble. Okay? So just encourage your kids. Every one of them started in August, and here we are in May. And have they come a long ways? Oh yeah. 4th grade parents, you have just about survived 4th grade. It is a tough year, and we know that. And you can't celebrate 4th grade parents, you're almost there, okay? It's not the easiest year. We know that, but we're here to say you're almost there. You'll see it again in about 6th grade, and there's some more coming, okay? That's just the way life is. Going to college, there's those moments, okay? So, celebrate with us together. So what I'm going to do, for those of you that have never been to one of our award ceremonies, in just a moment, I'm going to call up 3A. The entire class is coming up, standing right up here in alphabetical order. So if you wonder when's my child coming, alphabetical order. After they get up here, I'm going to say their name and recognize that little character trait that the teacher chose. And don't get too nervous, they're all positive, okay? They're like, oh no, what are they going to say about my child? I'll recognize that. They're just going to step forward a little bit, so if you want to snap a quick picture, and I'll go through the whole class. And then we will recognize just a few that will be receiving something that's tangible, okay? So that is how that works. We go in order, and this does not take very long. But the good news is your child will stand there just as long as everybody other child, so if you need a picture, you'll have about 5 minutes, okay, to get that. So without further ado, would 3A please stand and come to the stage. Ooh, what a nice looking class. Okay, what I'm going to ask is that we applaud the whole class when I get to the end, okay? So we'll wait toward the very end and then recognize them, okay? Christina Asaf, obedient. Summer Connolly, honest. Cooper Deaton, confident. Chloe DeVoe, respectful. Cash Fahey, humble. Jacob Halbert, loyal. Maddie Harrowwood, compassionate. Kylie Jo Hostetler, joyful. Oh, Kennedy's not here, but Kennedy is mannerly. Abigail Clapperidge, dependable. Quinn Cozell, thoughtful. Quincy Lingard, fearless. Brooklyn McEwen, friendly. Akayla Poole, kind. Vince Powell, polite. Carter Pyle, considerate. Dominic Russell, imaginative. Miles Horn, creative. Peyton Weber, trustworthy. Carrier Womack, responsible. Give 3A. Okay, for this first class, I will read the definition of each award as we go through, and then I won't have to do that every time, okay? So, most improved student is a student who has improved more than normal in their academics or behavior, and we have one student who has accomplished that in 3A, and that is Cash Fahey. And most of you know we have Accelerated Reader, and the kids read and earn points. And I understand there's been quite a competition going on in 3A, and ironically they're standing side by side. How did that happen? Wow, I never even noticed that part. But we did have one that popped up at the top with the most AR points in 3A, and that is Kylie Jo Hostetler. And to replace our President's Physical Fitness Awards, all that stuff that used to happen a long time ago, we created the Coaches Award. And the definition of the Coaches Award: the student demonstrates knowledge of the sport or activities taught within our physical education program. They show a proficiency to utilize learned fundamental skills while displaying the values and integrity of true sportsmanship. So, we have a girl and a boy and one other. So we're giving out a total of 3 for this one. Our girl receiving Coaches Award in 3A is Abigail Clapperidge. And our boy receiving Coaches Award is Quincy Lingard. Coach Howard approached me about a thought of a most improved, a student who had to work extra hard to even do what they needed to do, and they exceeded in that. So we have a most improved for the Coaches Award that goes to Dominic Russell. Next is our Artist Award. Our Artist Award is someone who has artistic ability, they do need to know how to draw, is dedicated to develop the skill, is humble, is cooperative in class, and comes to class daily with a good attitude. We have 2 Artist Award in 3A. Our first one to get Artist Award is Carrier Womack. And our second to receive Artist Award in 3A is Vince Powell. And we also have a music award now. And the definition has great musicality and has a dedication to develop it, is humble, demonstrates a desire to improve, is cooperative in class, and comes to class daily with a good attitude. We have one music award in 3A, and that goes to Summer Connolly. Most outstanding students, we have two. Shows excellent progress, diligence, attitude, and attention to detail and accuracy. Demonstrates a hunger for knowledge, strives to do their best at all times. All times. That eliminates a lot of people. The word all is not in most of our vocabulary, okay? Sometimes, but not all. So, two most outstanding students in 3A are girl. To receive Most Outstanding Student is Abigail Clapridge. And our boy to receive Most Outstanding Student in 3A is Carrier Womack. Servant's Heart. The student who makes the most effort toward the giving of themselves to helping others, teachers and students, without expecting or requiring anything in return, has a pleasant and willing manner and demonstrates that they are a joyful giver. They express an interest in others' needs and seem to take a delight in helping others. And we have one Servant's Heart in 3A, and that is Maggie Harroway. We would like to thank our teacher and teacher aide. Miss Frazier has been with us 16 years. Give her a great big round of applause. And the third grade teacher aide this year is Mrs. Giglio. She's been with us 6 years. And as 3A is taking their seats, 3B will be coming to the stage. This is how this works. All right. 3B students. Again, we'll applaud at the end for all of them. Isabel Bean, joyful. Grayson Barrios, encouraging. Briar Black, passionate. Maddie Connor, peaceful. Elena Dow, ambitious. Jonas Harder, courageous. Christopher Harrison, trustworthy. Antoine Henderson, polite. Jacob Luther, independent. Cole McLeod, responsible. Joseph Noy, lovable. Anu Oladimeji, patient. Grayson Pearson, compassionate. Paige Puya, dependable. Savannah Rabin, meek. Taylor Rutherford, delightful. Jamin Sanders, good-natured. Blake Sharp, likable. Jack Singleton, honest. Ella Smith, noble. Hannah Walsh, tender-hearted. Give 3B a praise. All right, most improved. We have 2 most improved students in 3B. Our girl to receive most improved is Briar Black. And our boy to receive most improved is Jonas Harder. And 3rd graders were eligible to compete in the SCISA Spelling Bee. We do a test here that determines their eligibility. And one of the students in 3B participated, and that is Isabel Bean. And the most AR points in 3B is also Isabel Bean. They say reading and spelling go hand in hand. That just proved that point. Coaches Award. We have 2 in 3B receiving Coaches Award. Our girl to receive Coaches Award in 3B is Anu Oladimichi. And our boy to receive Coaches Award is Jamin Sanders. Artist Award. We have 1 Artist Award for 3B, and that goes to Jack Singleton. And 1 Music Award in 3B, and our Music Award for 3B is Briar Black. Most outstanding student, we have 2. A tie here, 2 girls. Had that word all the time. Remember, best all the time? Our first girl to receive most outstanding student in 3B is Paige Puya. And our other girl to receive most outstanding student is Maddie Connor. And I love this. Servant's Heart, we have a tie, 2 boys. I always love it when it's 2 boys. I don't know why. Anyway, 2 boys getting Servant's Heart in 3B. Our first boy to get Servant's Heart is Jamin Sanders. And our other boy to get Servant's Heart is Grayson Pearson. We have 1 extra that we give out to recognize a student that has had to overcome a significant adversity during the school year and has handled it with God's strength. And that goes to Ella Smith. And we would like to thank Mrs. Todajinsky. It is Mrs. Todajinsky. I know we all call her Miss T, but she does have a last name that's not T. Okay? And she's been with us 7 years. Give her a great big round of applause. And her teacher aide is also Mrs. Giglio, who has still been with us for 6 years. Thank you, 3B, for an awesome job. As 3B is taking their seats, 3C will be coming up. All right, 3C, we're going to introduce our 3 students. 3C students, all together. Jordan Alvarez, perseverance. Preston Betch, exuberant. Katie Bolden, humble. Haley Brown, motivated. Charlie Campbell, tenacious. Kendall Chapman, thoughtful. Ben DeFries, sincere. Evan Feckhelm, respectful. Olivia Harris, conscientious. Angelina Mori, efficient. Peyton Morris, tender-hearted. Brody Norwood, caring. Layla Ortiz, courteous. Gabby Reyes, peaceful. Jackson Rozier, considerate. Olivia Toko, diligent. Jayla Wigfall, self-assured. Sam Wilson, joyful. Give 3C a great round. He's not, oh, sorry, I skipped one. Mason Warren, determined. Give him a great big round of applause. Get extra applause when I make a mistake. That helps. Okay. Most improved. We have one most improved student in 3C, and that student is Jordan Alvarez. And we had 2 students in this class go to the SCISA Spelling Bee, George Holzberg, who's not here, and Jayla Wigfall. And our most error points is not here either, George Holzberg. Give George a round of applause. Coaches Award. We have 2, a girl and a boy. Our girl to receive Coaches Award is Olivia Toko. And our boy to receive Coaches Award is Mason Warren. Artist Award, we have 2. Our first one to receive Artist Award is Sam Wilson. And our second one to receive Artist Award is Jackson Rozier. Music Award, we have 1. And we have 1 student getting Music Award, and that is Sam Wilson. We have 2 for Most Outstanding Student, 1 girl and 1 boy. Our girl receiving Most Outstanding Student, who's doing their best at all times, is Katie Bolden. And our boy's not here, but let's give George Holzberg a great big round of applause. Servant's Heart. We have 2, a girl and a boy. Our girl in 3C receiving Servant's Heart is Kendall Chapman. And our boy receiving Servant's Heart is Ben DeFries. And we would like to thank Mrs. Morales. She's been with us 3 years. Give her a great round of applause. And her teaching assistant is also Mrs. Giglio, and she has still been with us this year. All right, 3C, thank you for a great job as they take their seats. 4A will be coming up. All right, 4A. Besides reading their name, if they qualified for Duke Tip, which you would know if they qualified because you received a letter back somewhere along the way, and it has to do with their standardized test scores from 3rd grade. They had to score at a certain level, and you received a letter about that. So when I say their character trait, I'm also going to say if they're a Duke Tip person. Okay? Abigail Love, generous. Addie Carson, cheerful. Tanya Edmondson, creative. Stella Foster, encouraging and Duke Tip. Madison Giglio, friendly and Duke Tip. Gabe Gray, insightful. Sophia Loyola, easygoing. Colby Meekins, intelligent, therefore he has Duke Tip. Hannah Mullins, reliable. Landon Page, considerate. Hayden Ferris, trustworthy. Victoria Powell, understanding and Duke Tip. Layla Ragland, observant, Duke Tip. A.J. Thomas, motivated. Jake Turner, cooperative. Riley Vickers, humorous. Mikhail Wagner, helpful, Duke Tip. Jolie Ward, optimistic, Duke Tip. Reed Williamson, determined. Cadence Ziffer, patient. Let's give 4A. I'll be inserting some other awards. As they get older, there's more things they qualify for. We have a student with the most AR points in 4A, and that student is Layla Ragland. We have 2 students that qualified for SCISA Spelling Bee in this class. The first one is Sophia Loyola. And the second one was Colby Meekins. Then this year in the SCISA Science Fair, which we mainly take 5th graders to, but they also allowed 2 entries in a new category called Invention Convention, and oh, by the way, that's what our 4th graders were doing. So we took the top 2 scores in our Invention Convention and sent them with the 5th graders. And in this class, that student is Madison Giglio. Then in our club format, we added robotics a couple of years ago. This year, our robotics club competed just last weekend with other SCISA, 10 other SCISA teams here in South Carolina. And from that club, they had to practice extra. They were in the club, well, they had to get selected into the club, and then they didn't know till towards the end if they're actually on the team, because we only could take 10, okay? So there was 16, and we only could use 10. So I'm going to recognize those that actually were on the team, and later I'll explain that shortly. We have that there, okay? So our 3 students in this class that were on the SCISA Robotics Competition team, first one is Jolie Ward. Second one is Landon Page. And the third one is Layla Ragland. And these are certificates that SCISA provided for us. So I'm just giving them what they should have gotten last week, but I said, give those to me. I'll give them to them. So. All right, moving on. Coaches Award. We have 3 in this class. Our girl to get Coaches Award is Madison Giglio. Our boy to receive Coach's Award is Gabe Gray. And our student that improved more than anybody else in the entire class, had to work harder, do more, and excelled as far as improvements more than anybody, and that is Sophia Loyola. And we have one Artist Award, and the Artist Award in 4A is Stella Foster. We have one Music Award in 4A, and that is Layla Ragland. Then the other thing we add to 4th grade is second highest and highest grade average. Okay, we start tracking that because that becomes a big deal when you get into high school. Okay, so the second highest percentile in 4A with a 97.2 is Stella Foster. And the highest percentile in 4A with a 98.9 in 4th grade is Layla Ragland. We have two most outstanding students, a girl and a boy. Our girl in 4A receiving most outstanding student is Stella Foster. And our boy receiving most outstanding student in 4A is Jake Turner. Servant's Heart, we have a girl and a boy. Our girl receiving Servant's Heart in 4A is Jolie Ward. And our boy receiving Servant's Heart in 4A is Hayden Ferris. And we would love to thank Mrs. Flicker for her 2 years with us. Give her a great round of applause. The saddest news is that Miss Flicker is moving to Florida. Yeah, no, that's not fair. Florida can't have her, but I didn't have a whole lot of choice in that matter. And her teacher 8 is Mrs. Newman, who's been with us 4 years. All right, for an awesome job, as you are taking your seats, Board B will be coming to the stage. All right, our 4B students. Justin Brown, clever. Caroline Fisher, kind-hearted, Duke Tip. Drew Goldsmith, curious. Ella Grace Ishe, determined, Duke Tip. Esther Lilly, peaceful. Allison Litchfield, responsible, Duke Tip. Brandon Martin, witty. Miles Maxfield, friendly. Peter Moore, scientific Duke tip. Victoria Morgan, inquisitive. Lydia Mott, encouraging Duke tip. Tage Patel, polite. Colton Purdue, trustworthy. Libby Putney, hardworking. Ava Reyes, creative. Alyssa Searless, affectionate, Duke tip. Summer Strauss, consistent. Sophie Watkins, diligent, Duke tip. Caden Williams, patient, Duke tip. Jake Zableski, dependable. Give them applause for 4 students. The most AR points in the 4B class goes to Caroline Fisher. Our SCISA Spelling Bee participant was Sophie Watkins. Our Invention Convention winner that got to attend the SCISA Science Fair was Peter Moore. And our SCISA Robotics competition team member was Justin Brown. Coaches Award, we have 2. We have a girl and a boy. Our girl receiving Coaches Award is Esther Lilly. Our boy receiving Coaches Award is Colton Purdue. We have 2 for the Artist Award. Our girl receiving the Artist Award is Alyssa Searless. And our boy receiving the Artist Award is Jake Zableski. We have 1 Music Award recipient in 4B, and that goes to Justin Brown. The second highest percentile in 4B with a 96.28 is Allison Litchfield. And the highest percentile in 4B with a 97.41, Caroline Fisher. Our most outstanding students, we do have 2, a girl and a boy. Our girl in 4B that will receive the most outstanding student is Lydia Mott. Our boy receiving most outstanding student is Peter Moore. And for Servant's Heart, we had a tie for the girls, and then we have a boy. So our first girl to receive Servant's Heart in 4B is Caroline Fisher. Our second girl to receive Servant's Heart is Libby Putney. And our boy to receive Servant's Heart in 4B, Brandon Martin. And we would like to thank Mrs. Clements. She's been with us 21 years. Her teacher aide is Mrs. Newman as well. She's still been with us for 4 years. All right, 4B, you may take your seats. While they're going to their seats, I will explain the robotics trophy we did receive. As they come off the stage, you're going to notice there's still something up there, but it's not going to anyone particularly. It is to our robotics team. Robotics is a fascinating area that we're continuing to grow in our school, and they compete with these robot things they make out of Legos, but it has to have a computer and some other stuff. So we competed with that. They compete in several arenas when they're there. It's about a 4 or 5 hour competition. But one of the things that we had in the past forgotten about, you kind of worry about the robot and all of that, and you forget there's more to it. And the more to it is the kids, as in everything, being able to explain themselves, talk about themselves, being able to tell what they do, and for the judges to know that the kids understand what they're doing and why they're there. And our kids did a good job on that part. So our first place, we got first place in what they call the meet and greet. So they came to our robotics. And what I want is, even if you weren't on the team, but you're in here, if you were on the team and or in the club, would you please stand? Because there was more than just a, let's give a round of applause to all of you. Very good. Because whether I call their name or not, they're all part of it. So thank you guys for representing our school well the first time. You may have a seat. Besides the teachers that I recognized as each class went through, I would like to recognize our special area teachers. So I'm going to read all of them, and then we'll clap for them at the end. Okay, we have Mrs. Carrington, who's done music with us for her first year. Senora Ahrens, who's done Spanish with us for 6 years. Coach Howard, who's done PE with us for 2 years. Mrs. Powell, who's done art with us for 12 years. Mrs. Pratt, who's been in the Media Center Library for 8 years. Mrs. Taylor, who's done the lunchroom with us for 8 years. Mrs. Revelese, who's done the office with us for 10 years. Mrs. Hoisington, also in the office for 17 years. And Mrs. Loudon, who's been assistant principal for 18 years. So give them all a great round of applause. I would just like to thank all of you for being patient with us this year. I heard we had a little parking debacle out there, but just getting in here and having everything. But I appreciate your patience as we walk through a year of definitely transition. Our playground shrunk on us every time we went out there. We felt like we lost another foot of our playground. I had to change the parking on and driving on you several times because the fire station all of a sudden